Yes, folks, positive reinforcement fly casting has only 3 principles. Principle number 1 is Fehler sind Helfer. Principle number 2 is look deep into nature. And principle number 3 is playful yet scientifically accurate. You think like, what was that? Principle number 1, Fehler sind Helfer. Yes, that is German, and it fits so nicely, so give me a little chance, please, to explain this here to you. A Fehler is a mistake, and a Helfer is an helper. And the word Fehler read backwards is helper. So I put you a little animation that your TikTok brains can follow this little play here, and I translate it for you there again too. Now, without shame, blame, or guilt, smart people learn from their own mistakes and also from other people's mistakes. And that's not meant to be mean, but fly fishing needs a little bit of an evaluation, a little bit of a re-evaluation, and it needs to deal with its failures, with its mistakes, and go to the bottom of the problems and go to principle number 2, and that is have a look deep into nature. Where are the reoccurring patterns? What are the underlying conditions? What is the cause and what is the effect? Now, if you start to look deep into nature, and if you start to observe and to ask questions, what I did, you end up with a complex of a problem here and different perspectives on that problem, but also different sciences around that problem that could explain that problem. And what I do, but first I tell you again, the 2 most reoccurring problems in fly casting are people not able to feel the cast or people rushing too fast through the cast. Everything else is, in my opinion, only a follow-up out of these 2 general reoccurring patterns. And I look what are the underlying conditions and what are the screws we can turn to better understand why this is coming from. Because, for example, you hear a lot of casting instructors saying people overpowering the cast, people being uncontrolled or too fast or da-da-da-da-da. But have you understood why they are too fast? I have a solution for that, and that is the underlying thinking of casting panic. And that is just related to the human condition that is built to protect itself at all times. But if you're worried about your own casting, your own human mind will protect you from an accident all the time. It will not let you be free. And that leads us to number 3. Playful. It has to be playful. If your fly casting practice and teachings are not playful, you can't open your mind and you can't learn in the quickest possible state. The quickest possible state to learn things in is the flow state. And I know you don't believe me this, but the flow state is very easy to induce. And it's very easy to induce if you just use the 3 tools, or the 4 now in the meantime.
I don't know, the energy, you find the energy that is in the system much cleaner.
Throwaway cast, rattle trigger, fixed line anchor, and money ribbons. I guarantee you, if you spend 30 minutes with these 3 tools, you will start, your mind will start its own evaluation. The supercomputer in your head, see, the thing is, you're not stupid. You only have been taught only one perspective on the thing, and you look at things through the eyes of other people. But what you want to do is really touch on the subject. And you can only touch on the subject if you grab a fly rod, if you make yourself these tools, and if you go out and practice and enjoy yourself. Make it play. We have to start playing again in order to make fly fishing great again. Because if it is play, it is going to be much easier to approach for people who come from outside into this thing. Have you ever thought how a person thinks that enters the sport freshly, how overwhelming it can be to pick up fly fishing, all this learning journey, all these poserism, grip and grin people, all these, you have to cast like this people, and all this, stop the rod here and there, and you have to form a tight loop, all this outcome-oriented stuff that only sets the system under pressure. I have reports from people who trying this, and I hear stuff I never heard in teaching classic teachings of Flycasting in 20 years myself, and I get the goosebumps when I hear it. And it's awesome. I said yesterday to me, I fished for a long time, only fresh and fly fishing, and I started doing what you say, and something strange happens, and I think, and he said, he said, and I know I will be having success with this. And I never heard this in 20 years. Teaching classic fly casting methods, someone walking out of a course saying, I will have success with this, that is deadly. All I ever heard was a little bit scared, a little bit intimidated people who walked out of a class saying, oh, I have a lot of work to do. I'm inspired to do it. I might be practicing, but I have a long way to go. And this is not a good attitude, in my opinion, to take up the journey. Win without fighting is the first law of Sun Tzu's book, The Art of War. Fehlers and Helfer. Look deep into nature and go out and play. If you want to do me a favor, and if you want to do a sport a favor, go out there and play a little bit with your rod and the tools I'm recommending out of the positive reinforcement casting series. And if you wonder and think I talk a lot and never say things where you get information, this has two main reasons, in my opinion. Reason number one, you are not used to this type of information because all these teachings I'm telling you are mine, and they are not regurgitated, or whatever that is called, like, you know what I mean, ruminated and chewed up again and spit out again and licked up again. They're my teachings. And you're very welcome to use them, but, and that is reason number two, you need to do a bit of homework yourself. I'm not feeding you shit that you just can repeat. You need to grab a rod, go out and do it. And then we can chat again, because things will happen. I guarantee you, when you try the throwaway cast a couple of times, and when you get it the first time, the synapses in your mind, they will fire. They will kickstart a learning journey that you might have wished you might have had, like me, 30 years ago. We need to grow the sport, and I hope you can go out and play a little bit with the tools and just feel it for yourself. How do you feel a fly rod? We need to find that out, don't we? Because I think we can do a better job than Mel Krieger and Lee Wolf. Easy. Because all Mel Krieger said about how to feel a fly rod is that this is the most complicated thing to communicate. And Lee Wolf said, yeah, can you describe the taste of an apple? This is how you feel a fly rod. You know what? Shut up. I will show you how to feel a fly rod, but you need to do the work yourself. So go out and practice. And I thank you very much. And I'm looking forward, because on the weekend I'm going to the Irish Fly Fair.
Shout out to Elaine and Stevie Mann for having me, and also shout out to all the sponsors and great people who are working so hard to make this event happen.
In close proximity. I'm looking forward to seeing you there and having a chat with you. Thank you very much for watching. Tight lines, everybody, and please do not forget, we don't own the water. The water owns us.